All right, let's get started. Let me just put the PowerPoint here. Okay, this is a live presentation, so feel free to send your questions if you have. Let me just point the PowerPoint. All right. Okay, so let's get started we will talk today about the GitHub Copilot. I'm Jorge Maia. I'm working with technology since in 1995, and I can truly tell you that today is a great day because we have AI helping us to develop better code, and I I have to say that I do not agree with some people that is telling on the networks about we will not have more developers and there is AI that can do everything. And I guess we need people behind the computers. I truly believe that. So for today, the main idea is to present a little bit about GitHub Copilot and how I'm using it. I will try to do an overview about this new technology, and let's let's go to the presentation now. Let me just take out my face from the screen. Good, perfect. So the first thing that I believe we should answer is what is the GitHub Copilot? And another good thing to talk is why I should use GitHub Copilot. GitHub Copilot is an AI-powered coding assistant based on the OpenAI. So you should ever heard about the Chat GPT and others that OpenAI put on the market. Today we have some other co-pilots inside the Microsoft ecospace. And for today, I believe that you should take a look on the GitHub Copilot. The idea of GitHub Copilot is the integration seamlessly with editors like Visual Studio and others. But the big thing behind it is assistant for you. It can help you to become more productive. And that's the why you should take a look at it. And the other question that I want to answer, and we'll head to a demo in a few minutes, is how you can get and you can use GitHub Copilot. We have three options over here. So the first one is you, individual, can use the GitHub Copilot as a $10 per month or 100 per year. But if you are a student or a teacher or a professor, you can have it for free. If you are also maintaining some open source project, you can have this for free. We have the Copilot for business. So here we talk about organizational use, and it have a different price. And we have the GitHub Copilot for enterprise. Uh, they have different features on it. You can just point to the GitHub website and you can take a look. And the last questions and we had to the demo that I want to answer is when I should use GitHub Copilot. So code completion, I can do this, and I will show for you in a minute how can you do this. We can use it as a chat, the same as you can in ChatGPT or using Edge, the Copilot, Microsoft Copilot, and other. I can use it for my pull requests, but for this one, you should use the enterprise version of it. You can create files inside your folder, like, oh, create a test for me to do this and that, and create it in another file for me. And it should be a recognized command for it. And it can understand the context and create the code for you. We can make tests, we can fix problems, we can analyze codes, we can get concepts. Hey, explain me what is MQTT? Explain me what is a protocol? Explain me what is a pattern of messaging and how can I use it? Why I should use service bus or event grid? Which one is better? Give me the documentation of it. Point me to the documentation of it. So this is a, a query that you can give and you can have answer on it. Explain patterns, technologies. So it's really a good Paul to have beside you and to talk with when you're coding or when you were learning a new technology or when you are trying to fix a problem in this in your project, in your solution. Okay, let's head to the demo. Let me open let me open here a Visual Studio Code. So let me just pick up a terminal here. So here is my terminal, and let's do a GitHub Copilot. All right, so GitHub Copilot, and then let's open the Visual Studio Code, and we will use the Visual Studio Code. All right, so what we can do now is let's start creating. Let's create one using JavaScript for start. So let me create. I do IoT. I didn't talk in the beginning of the presentation. So I work as a solution architect for IoT and cloud at Crazy Tech Labs, and we do solutions using IoT, digital twins for factories, for smart buildings, agriculture, mining, engineering. So what we do here is we get the data from the field, we interact with this data, we do edge computing and apply AI and apply, in some cases, the concept of a digital twin. So I will present here some on my space of knowledge, but you can do whatever you want using the GitHub Copilot, okay? First thing is you should have the extension here. So GitHub. So you should have this GitHub Copilot installed. And if you want to use the chat, you also have to have the extensions. So let's create a device. I will simulate a device for you. And let's create the device using JavaScript. So I create here my device. And now I want that GPT and what is behind the GitHub Copilot helps me to create a simulated device. So I will just put here some, let me open the chat. And what I will say is create a device, a simulated device that will send messages. And here we'll include temperature, humidity, and pressure for an MQTT broker. And here we'll use a protocol to send that messages with what else we can put here? In with 5 seconds delay each other. Let's see if the Copilot creates the code for me. All right, so what we have here is I can accept or I can discard or I can change the prompt. And let's take a look at the code. So it creates an MQTT. It requires the MQTT module. It points to a broker, so we have to get a broker URL. It uses a topic, that's okay. Creates the device data. And the device data, yeah, it's not so good. It's not so good, but I guess it will work. Let's take a look at it. So let's accept here. Let me get a broker here in the web. So MQTT free broker. I have the broker of HiveMQ. Let me copy this. Put it here. I will use a topic with my name. Let me save this device. It puts a set interval with 5 seconds, so it should work. Let's open a terminal. All right, so node device JS. Let's see what's going on. Too much time. It's not connecting to the broker. But where is the connect? Okay, the connection is over here. Let's pause it. All right, so it's ending the client here. Let's save. Here we have the real life, right? So it makes mistakes. That's the truth, but it can help a lot. Let's try again. No. Yeah, I don't like this. this code. All right. Get it over here. Let me call them again. And I can say, fix this. Mm, I don't. We have some ways to fix this one. We can use and take too much time here. And the other thing I can do is to create a better prompt. So let's do another prompt. Create for me a simulate a code using MQTT JS to do to run a simulated device with random temperature and humidity between messages. Send it to the Hive to the mqtt.hive mq. Let me just double check the address. Hive broker dot hive. Oh gosh, I lost the. Oh my god. Let's put this over here. Create terminal run. Create a device using mqtt.js to send messages with temperature and humidity using random values for both. Send with a delay of 5 seconds between each message. And send 10 messages in total. No, we want that it should be a loop forever. The broker is broker dot hivemq.com, and the topic is slash AI skills challenge. Okay. Uh, let me talk about one feature of the GitHub Copilot. As you can see here, if I'm going line through line, it can do the code for me. So MQTT, the client, now the connection, now the interval, and done. So let's take a look at blah, blah, blah. It's okay. Open here, closing here. Set interval with 5 seconds. the temperature, and it's doing, okay. We have to put some parameters for that. Um, but I can do it here. Let me see if I can use it. Da, 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 da. Fix this. Um, oh gosh. Fix the humidity and temperature should be inside an interval of 20 to 35 and 60 to 99 respectively. All right. And then I can expect here. So here is the change. Here we have 16 plus 20 in the maximum of the temperature, as I asked him to do. And here we have 60 with 40, but it's not 40 because the math handle is a zero point something, okay? And that's okay. We can publish on this topic. And there's a string file creating temperature and humidity and sending this to the broker. Let's take a look on it. Let me just hit save. I need a, let's put a console log here. We have to wait the first 5 seconds. Okay, message sent. Here is. Okay, it's good. So let's leave it sending. And let me just get this and this over here. And what I will do now is to create another file that is a client.js. And here I will, let me create a comment here. Create a client uh, to log on, to print on screen the message received from broker -q on the topic. Let me just come here and work right. On the topic using JavaScript and the MQTT library. Okay. So here it can do this way. And it will subscribe to the topic. Forgot this. And then when I receive a message, it should print the message over here. So I console log, receive a message and message to screen and subscribe it to the topic. The topic is over here. Well, let's see if it works. Let's create another and code the code client.js. On client. No. We do not need that. Let me just put a thing here, MQTT, subscribe at its age broker dot hive mq.com. I will use the command line here. Dot hive mq.com minus topic slash AI skills challenge. Is this? Yes, I guess it's this. 5 seconds. Yes, 5 seconds. It's running, right? So what we have here is now I'm sending using this code, and I'm using the MQTT on the command line to do this. But let's try right now to understand what's going on the code of the client, because the message is sending and I can receive. And what we can do is to get all of this. Client.subscribe MQTT broker hivemq.com. Yeah, I guess the name is correct. Broker.hivemq.com client. And what I can say here is fix this. Oops. Yeah, it does the same. So another error here from him. Oh, the message is not coming because you should declare the identity, and we did that in the past, right? Subscribe is okay. Yeah. Let me try this on message. Yeah, this one is strange. Let me discard here, and let's try to use again the try to use again. Okay, client on message. Now I have function on topic and on message, and a console log. Okay, let's see if this works now. Strange. Huh? Let me get another example here, and let's try to let me just Strange is that it's not connecting. MQTT connect. Yeah. Mhm. Let's reset everything. Create. I don't want to code it. I want to use the GitHub Copilot. So let's try again. Create a client to print messages using MQTT JS. Let's see the code. Broker topic on connect, subscribe to the topic message, and here we have an error handling that's interesting. So let's use broker dot hive mq dot com. Let's jump here and copy this guy. Okay, let's save in client.js. It's really strange. It's not keeping the connection, so it's not code ops. It's node client.js. It was not a mistake from the GitHub. It was a mistake from it's a bias here from the. So here we see, and we have the message coming, but now I'm a programmer that never heard about MQTT. And what I want to understand is, man, help me with that. So explain me what is MQTT. And here it takes the context of the code and give me some ideas about that and explaining, hey, you were programming, you were using this code, so you should understand that the broker.hivemq.com is the URL of the MQTT broker, and the Jorge Maia / AI challenge is the topic that you were using, and on the top, MQTT, which stands for Message Queuing Telemetry Transport, is a lightweight messaging protocol. So it gives me an explanation about the thing, and I can do many, many things. I show you here some code using Java, but let's create one for C sharp. And let me just stop it here. So cd C sharp here, .NET, new console. Oh my gosh, it's a typo. Okay, so I created a console here, and let's this function does uh, some numbers from the beginning on the parameter to 200. And here it is. So I have a local function that will get number as a parameter, and I have a for that will start on the number until 100, and I will return the sum of the values. But fine, let me now get the Copilot and start the Copilot here and say, create a test for this function with some numbers, with some range of numbers on a different file, on a new file. So here's the code. Fact, number, it creates only one. Okay for me. Program your method num. No, it's not correct. It's not correct. It's not. Let's try to do it again. Create a test for this function with 5 inputs, 30, 40, 65, 3, 32, and 100 in a new file. Let's see the results. Space, oops, test number. Okay, create that. Here is the other file. I don't like this. I'm sure it's not a good approach. We can use a different approach. It's not a test, but it created for me another class for do this. It's an idea, but it's not the main idea. So let's get back in a new file using, and maybe just copy. Oops. Let me delete this guy. And okay, now I have a test file, test range, blah, blah, blah. It's not good yet. Strange. It's not good. Maybe the prompt's not good. So create a test for this function in a new file using an unit. Let me delete this file. And too much information here, right? But it did the work. That's okay. It did the work. I guess it's not the best option to do this, but it did the work. That's okay. Maybe the prompt is not good. No, no way to do this, but that's okay. That's okay. So he did the series and the manual series, and it's good to maybe to explain for someone. That's okay. That's the idea of the presentation. We do a live coding, and if problem happens, let's try to fix that. That's the idea of the use of Copilot. So here what I did was present you an overview of that. And for sure, if you want, you have tons of things. Let me just put here the docs of GitHub. So here on this page, you have the GitHub Copilot help for that. And do not forget, if you are a student or teacher, you have the Copilot for free. So use it, and happy learning for you using that. Let me just open the chat here. Let me see if we have any questions. No, no questions. Okay, so that was the idea of this presentation, and feel free to contact me on the social networks. And I want to invite you to my learning room. I have a learning room inside the Microsoft Learn community. Let me just get the QR code here to put on the screen. Oh my gosh, I'm doing everything wrong today. Um, Okay, here is. Here you have a QR code. You can find me on the LinkedIn, on the Instagram, or feel free to join my learning room over there. We are discussing about IoT, digital twins, applied AI, and if you have any questions, if you are in a project and want to learn about some of these topics, feel free to contact me. It will be a pleasure to help you on your journey. All right. So thank you very much. If you were here on the live session, thank you very much. If you were seeing this recorded, uh, I'm here on the I'm here to help you after you see this presentation. It was a pleasure to be here today. Thank you very much for your audience.